We're so excited you're here. I'm going to tell you, though, because I get this a lot. You're not as tall as I thought you'd be. But we're so proud of you. Chaparral graduate, Temecula, all that. And you have a lot of fans in the community. The time's probably not convenient for everybody to be here. But it's all about me and you, right? We just wanted to honor you. And I don't want you to feel awkward or anything, but we have some recognition for you. So there's a certificate back there, and there's also a key to the city hall. Yeah. But the certificate is not one of the honors that we normally give, which is to name a day after you, because...
I already have a day named after me.
Which I gave you before you left for London. You think that had anything to do with the medals? No, not at all. But if you want another day, we can do that. But we do have a certificate for you to hand out. But we also have some requests. Because, you know, we have a group here in Temecula that's been cycling. And Temecula is becoming a cycling community. And so we have a couple of folks, Rick and Zach, who are the mainstays of something called the Bike Coalition here in Temecula. And I've even actually ridden with Zach to one of the elementary schools. He does a bike train, because we're hoping that all these kids grow up thinking about cycling and that they aspire to be you someday. Wouldn't that be wonderful if that's the influence that you have in our community? So there's a requirement that I'm going to force on you to get that key. Can you put the other slide up? Okay, that is the bike lane and trail program map that we're working on for the city of Temecula. And we have a committee, a subcommittee that's working, 2 council people and some folks from the community working on building this and building awareness. And we would love it if you'd be our honorary, you know what that means? That means you don't have to go to any meetings. Our honorary chairperson. You're not, she's nodding. I take that as a yes.
I would love to.
Oh,
I'd be honored.
that would be so cool. Because I think when people see your name attached to it, of course you have a lot of support, but seeing your name as an Olympian with real medals. How many people have actually seen... Anybody seen real Olympic medals in person before? No. So here they are, but be careful if you come to touch. She's wearing them. Okay, and don't try to bite them. We saw lots of pictures of Olympians trying to bite they're not made of chocolate, I assume. No. Yeah. So I have a couple colleagues that are here. One is walking in, Marianne Edwards, Jeff Camachero, council member also, and also the president of our community services district. And I mentioned Zach and Rick. And Rick asked of me that maybe you could say something. Tell me again, Rick, what it is you want her to say. Stay in school. Would you say that? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think, I've been cycling ever since, I was so young. I grew up riding with both my parents, especially my dad. And cycling is such a great sport. It's fun to get out there on the roads, but it's also a great form of transportation. It's we can get to where we're going by just pulling out the bike and getting out on the road. So it's a great way to get to school. I encourage all children to get on their bikes to ride to school. Go as a group. That's fun to, go as a group, get your friends together, and head out and, go try to find more friends. And cycling is a great sport to get involved with. And I encourage everybody, whether you're young or older, everyone can ride their bikes. And it's it's a great great avenue. So
She might have a future in politics. Notice how she said young and older. Not old, older. You have a question? No? She left us in that group of older, so that's good. And all your friends from out showed up, obviously in uniform.
yes.
I talked to Dr. Jerry. I just call him Dr. J. I picture him slam dunking. Anyway, he's on his way to the Philippines. He's probably there already. He left on Sunday.
Yeah,
So.
and I just wanted to say as well, I've been, I grew up in Temecula. My family moved here when I was about 8 years old. So I'm, a Temecula girl. I love it here, and it's through the support of everybody here in the community, and who's out, Sports Medical, and Dr. Brent Kay has been my supporter from the very beginning. When I first came back into the sport in 2005, me and my husband had nothing, and he said, "Hey, here's some equipment, and do whatever you need to do with it. I'll support you just to get out there." So thank you very much, Dr. K, for all the support. And also just thank you to the community. I have to say that I definitely felt everybody's cheers from London. I knew that I had a whole city here behind me, and I wanted to make every one of you guys proud. Not only with my accomplishments, but how I handled myself and representing Temecula, United States first and foremost, and Temecula, my hometown. Well, so.
So there's going to be a photo op here. I'm going to give her the certificate, and then I'm going to read what it says. So we'll just do that handshake thing. Betsy made it really big, and it's still not big enough. So it says, the Temecula City Council of the City of Temecula commends the outstanding achievements of Sarah Hammer for women's cycling events at 2012 London Olympic Games. 2 silver medals, one for the women's 3-kilometer team pursuit and one for the women's Omnium 6 individual events over 2 days. Through determination and athletic talent in cycling, Sarah Hammer, before the age of 29, also won 4 World Championship gold medals and was the first American woman to win 3 medals at a World Championship. She placed 5th in the 2008 Beijing Olympics, won 9 World Cup gold medals, 3 Pan American Championship gold medals, won over 20 national championships, and set a world record in 2010. This dedication led to winning 2 silver medals at the 2012 London Olympics. The City of Temecula is proud of Olympic medalist Sarah Hammer and honored that she resides in our city. We wish Sarah continued success in women's cycling and with her future accomplishments. So. And the promise, key to the city. Yay. That'll get you anywhere in the building. And if you have problems, just call me. Yeah. Would you be willing to answer any questions? Okay. Any questions anybody would like to ask? I've heard those comments made throughout town. People said, I think I saw Sarah. There was like a blur. I'm sure it was her.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things about cycling, and people who want to get in touch with the athletes is you'll see us out there all the time. It's been great, bike lanes, more bike lanes that have been put around town. Most of my training, takes me to the south, up in the Rainbow area. So I hope that those roads continue to be well used for cyclists, because they're great trails, and I hope that we can get even more bike lanes here in Temecula, and also just to become more aware for drivers here in the city, to be more aware of cyclists, and to give us the space that we need, because we're out there. I mean, it's if we get hit by a car, we're going to be pretty severely injured. So not only is it someone like myself training for the Olympics, but my dad, my friends, my husband, people's children, all of us want to get out there and ride our bikes. So.
You bring up some great points, and people have heard me share this information in the past, but there's also much work to be done. Temecula is one of 12 city or county in the state of California out of 538 that have been given a grade of A for our air quality by the American Lung Association. We have a beautiful quality of air, beautiful hills here, and we're trying to protect that and preserve that. For all the reasons that we've talked about, whether it be health or physical activity or even our economic well-being, depends on the quality of air and the quality of this community. Another thing that people may not be aware of is that 2010, 2011, we were the #1 city in the state of California for traffic safety on the roads, in terms of how safe our roads are. And in 2011-12, we were second in the state. So we're maintaining safe roads, but we have incidents. And Rick and Zach have been working on a couple. Recently, we had a driver throw some coins out of a vehicle at a cyclist or several cyclists. Those kinds of activities are unacceptable in Temecula. And I don't see our police chief here today, but he knows about them. Our department knows about them. And we think one of the cornerstones to creating the kind of culture that we want in Temecula is making sure that drivers are aware that cyclists have a right to the road, and create those opportunities and create safe opportunities for people. And you lending your name to that effort will go a long way, I think, to bringing attention to that. Yeah, it'll be the patriotic thing to do, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Be aware of cyclists if you're patriotic. So, any other questions? Yes, Elsie.
So I'd always been, always loved to be outside. I love doing any sports activity ever since I was young. It was really a matter of just the process along the way. Everybody, helping me out, giving me the encouragement. And it was probably around, age 13 for myself when I realized, that I wanted to do something special. And I really wanted to represent the United States of America at the Olympic Games. It was my family, my teachers were always very encouraging when I was in school they knew that I was, going to be gone on the weekends and making sure I had my homework, ready for me to have to get ready to turn in. So yeah.
So I think we've gotten the media people, except for you, Bob. Good question. You're not going to ask any questions? Okay, so just the regular citizens now. A few media people are done. Yeah, George.
Hi, good. Thank you. Well, next is a little break. Just a little time off. I'm obviously still gonna ride my bike. We're taking off here this next weekend. We're going to Colorado for a few days and bringing the bikes and just gonna do nothing. So and then I'm still motivated as ever. Who knows if I'll be there for Rio next time, but I know I'll be there next year and probably the year after. So right now is a time to first of all enjoy the moment. Enjoy everything that I've accomplished and be able to spend that time with my friends and family, and then on to the next goal. I'll kind of be thinking about what that is here in the next few weeks. So
you don't mind that we put a GPS tracker on your car, right, while you're gone, so we know where you are at all moments? No. Is today your birthday?
No, it was I guess it was Friday was my birthday.
Friday was your birthday. Anybody interested in singing happy birthday to Sarah? Come on up, Marianne. You start us off because you always get us started in the right direction.
Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
So you're not going to tell us. We know how old because it was all over the world on the news. So you ready?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for bringing so much.
You are such a trooper. Olympics must prepare you for this because I've thrown everything at you and you have flinched.
Well, now this is a fun time to get back home here with everybody that I grew up with, and so this is the fun part for me, getting to see everybody that I see on a everyday basis when I'm here out on the roads training. So.
All right. He's a little shorter than me. Well, unless there are any other questions, yes.
One of my favorite biking routes is probably up through Temecula, and then up into the Rainbow Hills there. One of my favorite things is coming on the way down, sitting at the top at the sign for the city limit sign for Temecula. If anybody ever is up there, take the time to stop right there and see the views of the mountains, especially during the winter times. There's snow most of the time on the mountaintops. So it's absolutely, if people haven't done that, it's an absolute beautiful view for everybody to take in. So.
Sarah, thank you so much for coming in today. We love you, we admire you, we respect you, and we greatly appreciate the honor that you brought back to Temecula. So
thank you very much.